Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to my 100% guide for Alfheim from God of War Ragnarök. In this one we are doing the Forgotten Sands. To do the Forgotten Sands 100% complete, you will need to have done the burrows first, which you can see there on the map. That was the previous video I did to this, but if you go to, in the description, there will be a playlist. Look for the burrows if you've not done that one first. Do that one first. In that video we also tick off the Song of the Sands, which you can see here. Which is part of the burrows, but it's actually ticked off on the Forbidden Sands. So do that first. Clean up. I'm doing this after the story. It's best to clean up this game after the story, but you can clear this area up to 100% once you have the upgraded chisel, which you'll need to get through a gateway. We're going to start at this mystic gateway here, the Hjalti. This is unlocked in the previous video if you don't know how to do it. Again, go and watch that one first, because you'll need to clear all the sands. It's similar to the area before this where all the sand was blocking everything. Now there's a lot to get through in this video. This is a big, well, it's not necessarily a big area, it's just dense, full of stuff. We've got 4 Odin's Ravens, we've got Freyr's Gift, which is a favour, we've got 7 Lore, we've got 9 Realms in Blossom, 2 Nornir Chest, 2 Legendary Chests, a Berserker Gravestone, 3 Artefacts. I'm trying to think what else. The Elven Sanctum and the Forgotten Door, something like that, is another 2 favours. There's a lot going on here. Probably missed a couple of things, but it's all on the checklist. The first thing we're going to do is actually head to this statue here, which is going to be a favour. It's going to be the Freyr's favour. First we're going to hit this Odin's Raven though. The reason we're doing this first is because it's going to open up. You see that blue patch on the ground? You're going to see it in a moment. There's a few of those dotted around the Forbidden Sands. Once we've done this, all of them are going to have an item on them. So as we go around we can pick them up. So that's why we're doing this one. Freyr's Gift, sorry. We've got a little bit of a puzzle going on here that we're going to need to sort out. And that's going to unlock this area. And there's going to be, that's going to tick off the side quest, the favour, and it's also going to unlock a lore for us as well. So come up here and hit your axe through those 3 first, and then come back down. And you're going to need a Sonic Arrow to open this up, and then you need to hit. I don't think I get this first time, or do? No, I do. It doesn't look like you're going to get it, but you do. Just open up the yeah, there. Open it up again. And then go round this way to open up the, to grab the crystal, sorry. The idea is we need to put 2 crystals in to open up the door. Well, it's not necessarily a door, but this lore marker, it looks like a door. So this first one we're going to take and grab and carry all the way back up here. And then just plonk it in here. And that's going to light half of the medallion up.
These crystals contain their own light. You're right. Normally we'd have to provide our own.
And the other one is across there, but we can't actually get here. We're going to need to borrow a light from somewhere else in a moment. So we're going to take this one away. And just plonk it on the ground, and then run round here and use your axe on this crystal here to break this sinewy stuff away. You see it breaks it away there, and then you can put this crystal back. And then we're going to run around to the beginning bit, well, the first ramp that we got used to come in. And we're going to go grab that one, which doesn't leave us a way out. But we can use the one that we just picked up previously to get out again. And then come around here and plonk it in here. And that's everything done. That's the Freyr's Gift done once you go and pick the item up. So you can see that there's an item in the middle of that blue. Now, that will be the case all around this area now. We actually need this to unlock 2 other keys, which are part of another side quest. So once you pick the item up, you're going to tick off Freyr's gift anyway. So that's done. And then you're going to have this lore markers now unlocked so you can read this. You're going to get a runic sum as well for Freyr, the other Freyr, the female Freyr, which you can switch to if you want to. Now to get out, we're going to have to use this crystal, because you can't pick up either of the other two again. They're locked in now. I'm just going to have to put that back in here, and then we're free to go and explore the rest of the desert. Like I said, a lot to do in this one. And you can see I've put the desert door. This is another Favour, part 1. There are 2 keys which we have just opened up on the blue patches. We're going to go and pick up the first part. So whenever you see the desert door part 1 or 2, that's picking up the keys that we need to open up the desert door. So here's one of those blue patches. Just stop here, pick it up. I'm going to show you on the map where I am in a moment. And that is going to start the desert door off. That's half of the key, the Alfheim Baron's key half. There is another one which we will get. So this is where we are on the map now. Next is a 9 Realms in Bloom. So it's just to the west, to the right of where we just were. Just walk over here, you're going to find the flower. This is the Dawnbloom, the one and only flower for this realm, of course. Again, here we are on the map. Tucked away in the west corner. Next, we've got a Lore and an Odin's Raven right next to each other. And that's up here. It seems like when you come up here, there's going to be a fight, but there isn't. There already has been.
This mentions a spell that puts trolls to sleep.
So that's lore 2 of 7. Most of the lore is actually bunched together in a library. And then don't forget the Odin's Raven there. That's the second one of those. Next is a Nornir Chest, which is to the south of where we are now. So you can get back on your sled. Even though it's probably quicker to run it. It's just around this corner. So take note of that heart as well. If you just saw it on the way in, it's on the left of the column there. That's actually for a side quest in Midgard. We will have to come back here if we've not done that already. So pop the first one. The first flame there, and then come back out. And then there's 2 here which we need to use the arrows on. So if you shoot your first arrow at kind of near where the lamp is, shoot it 3 times, makes it bigger. And then pop that one. And that should be good enough. As long as the flame is glowing pink, you're going to hit it. Once you shoot your first arrow, it means it's got it. And then the third one is here. Looks like it's going to be a tricky one, but it's simple enough. Just make sure you've got your orbs big enough. You'll be fine. That's all 3 done. There, that love heart, that heart there is part of it's a marker. You come back here to find something, an ingredient from a Midgard quest, which I have not started yet. Horn of Bloodmead. You may get an apple depending where you're up to. So that's the Nornir Chest done. First one. So we are going to continue in a anti-clockwise or counterclockwise direction. Next thing we're going to grab is this. So this is not important to anything with regards to 100%. This is just extra stuff. So Asgardian Ingot. Quite rare item. We'll grab that one in a minute. We're just going to come up here and do the legendary chest. So we'll get that in a moment. So that's why we unlock them, because as we go around we can just grab them all. There's going to be a bit of a fight here. I've just cut that out. You don't need to watch that. And then we need to free this one first. So we're just going to use the pink arrows, purple arrows again. Here should be good enough. Just make them big enough. And there you go. And then we're going to need to bounce. So we need it other way around. No, that way doesn't work. I just memory fart for a minute. It's that way. And then you need to spin this one around as well. No, it's not facing the right way. There you go. There it is. And that will bounce the axe through here, and that will unlock the legendary chest. And this one has some hardened war handles, which will be for the blades. And that's where we are, at the southern point of the area. Just a quick bonus thing here, there's another chest. So you spin this round, and then stand around here, and then hit this one. There's a coffin. Not part of the 100%, but it's here, so we might as well grab it. Just in case you're wondering how to do that one. Next, we're going to be doing a Berserker Gravestone. We'll grab the other items in a minute. I was going to run down, but it's right here. Makes more sense to do this first. This one, compared to some of the others we've done recently, if you've kind of been following along, I don't know, probably not. It's probably just one random video you're watching. I've been pretty tough. This one's not too bad, it's just one, so it's okay, this one. So just give them everything they've got. I'm going to leave this fight in, I always do if it's part of the 100%. Just give them all the runic attacks you've got first. Slow down time there. I'm trying to get the L1 triangle attack on the axe. It's nice and powerful, but they get away from me. Which is a bit annoying. Yeah, I'm not good at parries. If this is the first amount of videos you're watching, parrying is not my thing. Dodging, I can do. So when they do that attack, obviously that's a shield break. You do have quite a long time to do it. I'm using a specific shield that actually runs towards them, if you're wondering why yours doesn't. I find it better. I think it's the best shield in the game. Not necessarily for the damage reduction or anything like that, but the fact that you can double tap L1 and it will run towards whoever has the blue sort of attack coming up. It gives you that minute to get to them. So there again. It's just extremely satisfying as well. We're going to get a parry? No, of course not. I'm just making this look a lot harder than it actually is. Whenever I'm doing a fight like this, I'm also thinking, where do I need to go next after this? So yeah, that's my excuse anyway. That took a lot of damage off. That was part of the stun meter as well. Yeah, let's get this finished. So it is quite an easy fight, this one, because they don't really do much. They have a few attacks, ranged attacks, but compared to some of them, it's really not that bad, this one. Hjalti, the Stolid. And then once that's finished, grab the hilt again, and you'll get an axe attachment as well. And there we are, that's where the gravestone was. So now we'll go and grab the blue marker. This one is not part of the Favour. The next one you can just see in the distance there is. But I'm just reminding you to get this one. That's some honed metal. This one is the other key, the other half of the key for the Desert Door Favour. The Desert Door we're actually going to do very last thing we'll be doing. We're making our way back round to it. But this is the other half of the key, so we can now open the door, which is directly to the north of where we are now. So we're actually back at the entrance where we came in to the Forgotten Sands, sorry. Forbidden Sands is Prince of Persia, isn't it? So if you just come up here, look for the wooden structure on this stone, and you'll see a raven. I use the spear because it flies truer, the better that I find, or it just feels like it does, than the axe. So if you're struggling to use the spear. I'm actually going to go on the other side of this and go head towards the tower. I forgot there's actually a blue thing here. I could have ran it. It would have been quicker.
That explains how they got to the desert.
Again, that's just random crafting material, dwarven steel, not part of 100%. Climbing up. And here we have Artefact. First Artefact. This is one of Kvasir's poems, Trip. Again, a PlayStation reference. It's very obvious again. I suppose there's probably a generation who don't know about that game now, because it's quite old. PS3 game originally. So we will need to go down there and unlock this. Now this is not part of the 100%. I'm just doing this. It's quite a bit. A good few minutes we're about to do this because there is a boss here. This is not part of the 100%, but I'm just showing this for anybody who's wondering how to unlock this chest here. So you do need to take care of this Frost Phantom. I prefer the spears with this one. Just throw a load into its head and then detonate them. Again, it's about not getting that close to it, because it does lock on quite well into its head. So once you've stunned it like that, you will have 5 spears should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then detonate should be enough. And then it's on the other one's on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and detonate. If you're quick, you will be able to take 2 out before it comes back. And you will be getting materials as well. You can see I'm getting it there. Yeah, stunned it again. Don't forget to use Freyr's arrows or Atreus' arrows if you're still with him. No, we won't have any of that charging. So it's stunned again. The final one is just around the corner here. Again, you could probably melee this one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and detonate, and that will be enough to take it down. Just need to stun it one more time, which will, you know, it's a couple of hits on it this time, and then destroy it. And you get plenty of good stuff from this thing. All sorts of goodies. Look at all that. Right, back to what we were doing, which was unlocking this chest. So you're going to need to shoot some arrows into here, roughly, you know, sort of there and there, as long as they connect. You're just trying to get rid of the fire that's there. It's on top of one of the crystals. Not sorry, use fire to get rid of the branches around one of the crystals. Then run back up here. Bounce your axe off, and that's going to go all 3 and unlock the chest. Phew, that was a lot of messing around there. And what do we get for all our trouble? Some dwarven steel and 731 hack silver. I was thinking of cutting that out, but I thought I'd leave it in for anybody who doesn't know how to get in there. So next thing we're going to do is just grab this on the way in, which is again not as important now. It's just crafting materials at this point. And now we're at the Elven Sanctuary, but before going inside, we're going to go underneath. Not very obvious this at all, but you can break that. This is where we are now, in front of the Elven Sanctuary. We're going to go underneath here and get an Odin's Raven, and the final Odin's Raven and the final Nornir Chest. There's the Raven. Just try and track it, and again with the ravens that are flying, look for its turning point and use that as your marker and just wait for it. I know I'm not. I'm about to. I've kind of thrown the spear, is roughly where it's going to be. So it's a marker out there. So that's where we are, underneath. So this Nornir chest is a little bit different because you can't reach it. Not the chest itself, but the actual markers. So you'll have to just fire your purple arrows into the fire available. So there's a campfire there. For this one, mark next to the fire, and then a about there-ish. Again, you're going to have to do it and measure it. And then one into the fire. And that should be enough to do that one. The final one is up here, so you're going to need a sonic arrow. I'm just going to show you first. There's one in there. So you'll need to make your way up the wall, up the column, with some purple ones. So set them up. And then fire at that to open it up, and then fire a purple one into the fire to chain them. You have to be sort of quick there with that one. And then don't run towards the Nornir Chest and realise, oh yeah, I've not opened up yet. But there's 3 things here, and you'll need to deflect off this crystal here. I forgot I hadn't done this. It's a bit funny to get the angle on this. It's actually better if you close the angle, make it more acute. There, about there. And that will bounce around and open up the chest. Now we can open it. Apple for me this time. So now we're going to leave and go upstairs into the Sanctum itself. There is a Favour we're going to be finishing. There's a lot of lore in here. There's Artefact. There's loads of stuff. No, there's one enemy on the way out, but there's loads and loads of stuff in this bit now. So make sure you grab it all. So to start off with, there is a bracelet here. This is part of the tributes to Freyr set for artifacts.
Put it on one of my horns. Let's see if I can pull it off.
So here we are. And then you can see there we've got lore 3, 4 and 5 out of 7 coming up next. That's just on the ground floor. So it's all on these tables here. So this is hack silver. Obviously not important. The first law is the marker we'll get here. Nice and obvious. And this is rules of the Sanctum. Second one is on the table here. This is scholarly. Sorry, it's not scholarly at all. It's an extermination of temporal significance. Sorry, scholarly is the thing I got. And then this final one is part of the lost pages, 2 of 4. So that's on the ground floor.
Until he developed a conscience, anyhow.
And then we're going to head upstairs. Again, quite a lot up here as well. Got a little chest there on the way up. This first thing here is a treasure map for Forgotten Tower, which we will get very shortly. It's very rare to get a treasure map and then get the treasure straight away, but we'll be doing that. Secondly, we have a legendary chest here. This has a jewel of Yggdrasil in it, so you can upgrade your amulet. This is part of the Favour. This is the Elven Sanctum Favour. So pick this up. This is the consul's journal. So all we need to do now is leave the Sanctum, and that is going to finish off that Favour. So that is part 1, I'm marking it as. You've got a coffin here. And then if we drop down the other side, you've got the final lore for the area, which is the Arbiters of Knowledge. So all we need to do for the Elven Sanctum now is leave, which is easier said than done. It's not a huge fight, it's just a one-on-one. But once you try and leave through the second door, you're going to get stopped. And I will leave this fight in because it's part of the actual side quest itself.
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word. Sounds like she wants that.
It's not a difficult one. Fairly straightforward. Give the old deflect, and then throw all the runic attacks at her. Slow down time a bit there. My axe wasn't very leveled up, otherwise I would have done Wasn't well used, that slowdown time, that time. No, she dodged out the way of it. Ah, there's nothing more annoying. Dodging out the way of your runic attack. You can parry those back, I think. I think one did. Successful parry, that is a rarity. That doesn't do as much damage as I was hoping for. Of course, you think you're about to get the finish, but she dodges away. She's about to heal here. She will do that as you're about to kill her. Not that you do kill her, you don't. So I'm just going to skip this, but there's a little bit of a scene here. But you don't kill her. And then we're just going to leave. So we're actually able to leave now. And that's all you need to do. So just get back on your sled and head east, and you will complete the Favour as you go. It will just come up on the screen. There we go. Complete. So just one final area now. So we've nearly come full circle. You can see there's the statue from before. What have we got here? This is just some upgrade material. Again, not important, this one. Sorry, that one might actually be the enchantment there that I just picked up. So once you burst through here, there's going to be more elves. I'm just going to skip this. Not a particularly exciting fight and not part of anything really. So I'm going to kick that down. And here's the buried treasure from the map we got earlier. Forgotten Tower. Just some stonewood and a shattered rune. So this is where we are now. So we've just got an artifact, an Yggdrasil Rift, and the desert door to finish. That is the desert door to the left of me there. I'm going to finish with that. Got an amulet there as well. Enchantment. So first of all, we have Artifact 3 of 3. This is token. Again, tributes to Freyr. That should be finished if this is the last area you're doing. And to the right of that is the rift. This fight doesn't go according to plan really. I don't have much health. But there is a third guy I was not counting on. I don't know where he comes from. Is it him? Does he get all his health back? Is that what happened? I'm going to have to check this fight again because it didn't go so well. So it's this guy here. He's dead, right? Oh, yeah, I get it. Right, okay. He's not dead. I saw the marker come up. Apparently they don't die now, they just morph into these guys. So yeah, have your blades ready for this. I did wonder what happened, where he came from. He is nearly killing me. That did not go according to plan. Anyway, left that in because it's part of the rift, and then once you're done, stick your hand in and grab whatever there is. So yeah, you don't make the same mistake as well. One of them is going to sort of come back to life once you kill them, so just be aware of that. And then finally we have the desert door, which again is another favour. And it's another fight, actually. I'm just going to walk over here. The treasure is still flashing for some reason. Although I have picked it up. I don't know why it's doing that. It is marked off, so nothing to worry about there. And once you open this door, back away. There is a drake in here. Not a hard fight, really, compared to what we've just done. I'm just going to have to try and give it everything I've got, because I don't have much health left. I could use the rage meter health gain, but I should be okay with this drake. It's not particularly difficult. You can shoot. You can see the 2 yellow marks in its legs. I'm going to use those in a minute. I'm just wearing it down a bit with runic attacks. We'll switch to the spear now. And then just kind of try it. It's, yeah, obviously it's moving its legs a lot. That's what it moves with. Come on. There we go. Right. Once it's red, then you can pop it there and again, and it's going to go over onto its belly. I'm not actually sure whether I'm just thinking, can you? Does it do a stun attack? Can you do a stun attack on its head? Because I was not doing much damage there. But they do seem to be weak to fire. But once you kill that thing, that's going to be the desert door done. Lots of stuff to pick up, and that is this area at 100% done. And for me, this is also Alfheim at 100% done. Presumably, it will be for you as well. This is the last area. Right. Thanks very much for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.